everyone, what is going on? So, welcome back to another video. We are battling Trexler in the Timeless Cup, and his team will be Quagsire, Abomasnow, Venomoth, Charizard, Lapras, and Haunter, and my team is Venomoth, Victreebel, Frostlass, Charizard, Kingdra, and Dragonair. And Dragonair is absolutely fantastic. It's actually ranked number 2 on PvPoke.com. The only thing above it is Venusaur, and technically you could even look at it as being ranked number 1 because the starters and their evolutions don't really count because you can only pick one and you have to pick one. So, I mean, it's like even if you pick Venusaur or Charizard or whatever else you pick, you have to, right? So you can look at it as number 1, number 2, something like that, whatever it happens to be. You guys get what I'm saying. So, definitely a fantastic Pokemon. It has Dragon Breath, which is fantastic. No fairies in this cup, as you guys know. So it's a really great Pokemon. It's not going to be double resistant from fairy type Pokemon because there's no fairy types. And it also gets Aqua Tail as well as Return if you have a Purified one, which I do. So I am using the Purified one, although it also gets Dragon Pulse, which is actually pretty good as well. Although I'd say you probably want to go with Return for this because, I mean, at the end of the day, as powerful as Dragon Breath is, it doesn't charge up super fast, so you want moves like Return and Aqua Tail that charge up really fast. And look at that Lapras just laying collapsed on the ground. That's hilarious, guys. So we do go ahead and win game 1. But yeah, loving Dragonair. It's going to be on everyone's team. You got to use it. You have to. I have a rank 34, so really, really happy with my Purified Dragonair. Totally recommend it, guys. Totally recommend it. Obviously we're going to be testing out other Pokemon, but Dragonair is probably going to be on most of the teams I test. We'll be trying out different Pokemon, but it's just a fantastic Pokemon. So right now he is Quagsire versus my Charizard. Now, obviously, this is not a good matchup for me because he has Stone Edge. So I'm going to have to use Shields, but at the same time, Blast Burn does a lot of damage. So it's actually not the worst matchup in the world because, as you can see, he didn't shield the first one. We did a lot of damage. He's almost done. We could have shielded the next Stone Edge. I decided not to. I could have definitely gotten to a Dragon Claw and either knocked him out or threatened his last shield. Maybe I should have done that. I'm not really too sure. I decided to let Charizard go and keep my shield. And I do bring in Dragonair, and luckily for us, he does not get to another charge move. He does bring in his Venomoth. He's going to go for the charge moves. I do go ahead and shield this one up, which is going to be Silver Wind. So we block that, charging up a little bit extra, and then I do go for the Aqua Tail, hoping to take a shield, as we do. So that Aqua Tail wouldn't have knocked it out, although I guess the Dragon Breath would have afterwards. But we actually get to another Aqua Tail. That might have been a CMP tie, because I swear he was probably very close to Silverwind. Now he brings in Haunter, and Haunter is super squishy, but it's super strong. Obviously, we're going down. We bring in Kingdra, and I'm like, hurry up before he gets to the Shadow Ball. I'm like, if this is Shadow Punch, we will win. If it's Shadow Ball, he'll win. And it's a Shadow Punch, so we do take it, and then we knock him out. And I know he does have a Shadow Ball, Haunter, so we do win that, but it could have went either way. It could have went his way if he got that Shadow Ball, because there's no way we would have taken it. At least I don't think so. But for the next match, I lead with my Kingdra, and he leads with his Lapras. So we are going double Dragon. I could see people going triple Dragon. Spoiler alert, I did face somebody, which will be in tomorrow's video, that did run triple Dragon. It's such a huge threat, guys. It's so good. You got the Kingdra, Dragonair, and Shelgon. Super powerful. There's no fairy types. I mean, you have ice types. Lapras is going to be everywhere. We will be focusing on Lapras in tomorrow's video. A lot of good stuff coming tomorrow. We have quite a bit of epic battles for tomorrow. Definitely stay tuned for that. But right now, he uses Psychic on my Charizard. Totally caught me off guard. I was not expecting that at all. So nicely done on his end. I thought that was going to cost me the game. It actually might. Let's go ahead and see. So we do go ahead and feint him down with our Kingdra, but he brings in his Lapras. I do go ahead and go for the Outrage against the Lapras. He will go ahead and shield that one up. So he is out of shields. Totally fine. We bring in Dragonair. Just want to feint it down before he knocks us all the way down with Ice Shard. So I do go ahead and block that Surf, and at this point I'm just going to commit to try and feint him down. He does pull the switch into his Quagsire. However, Quagsire is neutral to Aqua Tail, so I knew that would do relatively decent damage. but it's not going to be enough really to win. I don't think it is. Let's see. So we knock him with a couple, and yeah, he gets off his charge move, and he's going to be able to knock out our Dragonair, and he's going to take that game. So Quagsire, another fantastic Pokemon for this cup, one that we will be using in the future. We've used it in several previous cups. Definitely making a return in this cup, but not for this video. Not for us, at least. So for the next matchup, he does win this. I have my Charizard versus his Quagsire. So yeah, he does win the matchup. But as I've mentioned before, it's not as bad as it would seem, because we do get to the Blast Burn before he gets to the Stone Edge, and it does do a lot of damage. I guess it was actually a CMP tie. That's what it looks like. So we get hit with the Stone Edge. That's going to cost a shield. So the reason I did that is because now I knew I could get to a Dragon Claw and take one of his shields or knock him out, and we would be able to win the matchup. You see what I'm saying? By it's not as bad of a matchup as it might seem. But either way, yeah, we go ahead and decide to shield this one up. He hits us with a Stone Edge, and we're just trying to get to a Dragon Claw. We do manage to get to a Dragon Claw, and I was curious if he would be using his last shield. He decides to let Quagsire go, so it's totally fine. So we won the matchup with plenty of health. If he decided to shield, he could have gotten to a Stone Edge and knocked us out. We both would have been out of shields, but he was super low. So as I said, not the worst matchup in the world, just because of how fast Charizard charges up. So he does knock out Charizard with Haunter, but at least we took his last shield, and we do have switch advantage. I do have both of my dragons. I bring in Dragonair, assuming that I'd be able to live a Shadow Ball, as we do, but wow, look how much damage that does. He switches into Venomoth and knocks me out. Wow, that Shadow Ball almost one-shot me. Like, I thought I would live it a little bit better than we did. We survived. It's just we didn't survive as well as I thought we would have. But man, I really, really want a Shadow Ball Haunter. But yeah, so we get off the Outrage and barely getting it off. And I was pretty confident I was not going to win this one. So we knock out the Venomoth, and then look how much health he had. We just one more Dragon Breath, just one more. But no, he does go ahead and win that. So very good game, very good game. We jump into another one, leading with Victor Bell. Another poor lead for us. He does definitely win this because we're part poison. I switch into Charizard, and he's just going for the confusions, and then switches into Quagsire. So this is actually even better than normal Charizard versus Quagsire, because we have some energy ready to go. So we're just charging some more, and we do go ahead and shield the Stone Edge because Charizard cannot take a Stone Edge at all. But as you can see, we do experience a little bit of lag, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of lag, because we're not doing anything. I don't know what's going on. Charizard's just hanging out there behind the shield, and then his move goes off, and that knocks out Charizard, and then I bring in Dragonair, so I'm like, I can't even attack with Dragonair, so I'm like, I decide to back out of this, and we go ahead and jump into the next match, and we go in with the same leads, which is generally what I do with my opponents. We just go into the same lead, same Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and pull the switch into Charizard to go against the Venomoth, and we do take a lot of health from the Venomoth before he switches, so he does switch into Quagsire, so the same matchup as before, no big deal. I do get off the Blast Burn this time. He's not going to shield it. We're just playing it out the same as we have been. I should have charged up to a Blast Burn and then went for the Dragon Claw, so that's how he knew not to shield, I guess because he was counting, so I should have charged up to the Blast Burn, but that's okay. I decided to let Charizard go, actually. I keep both of my shields. I could have won that matchup, but I decided to let Charizard go. And I bring in my Victor Bell because I knew I would be able to knock out his Quagsire, because I knew I had Victor Bell in the back, obviously. He switches, I switch ASAP because I know the Venomoth is coming in. Have my Dragonair. I am going to go ahead and block this Silver Wind. I want to keep Dragonair healthy. He does bring in a Abomasnow, and I go for my return. I don't expect a shield at this point because it's not really going to do a lot of damage. He actually does decide to shield. I was thinking he would think it was Aqua Tail. That's why I didn't think he would shield. I do decide to go for the Aqua Tail now, though, because he is low enough that maybe he would want to shield. So we do take both shields. So way to go, Dragonair. Trying to get to another one. We actually do get there, but unfortunately we're not able to. Click on it. I bring in my Victor Bell, and I basically knew I had to shield at this point. So we blocked the Outrage, and I didn't think he'd be able to get to another one. Pretty confident on that. And then he brings in Venomoth, and we're just taking a load of damage. but we're actually able to feint it. So we began with Victreebel versus Venomoth, and we ended with Victreebel versus Venomoth in my favor. So that's good for me. We lose the lead again, guys. We keep on losing the lead. Frostlass versus Charizard. And for your information, I don't really like Frostlass from what I've used of it. I think Lapras is a lot better. As you can see, he's using the Lapras. So as I said, tune into tomorrow's video. And also continue to suggest Pokemon you want me to try out. I know a lot of you had been suggesting Pokemon for the Ferocious Cup, and I got to a lot of them. Some of them I haven't been able to get to, like Ferret, unfortunately. I know some people had been requesting Ferret. So continue to suggest Pokemon, and I'll try to get to them. Some of them I probably won't be able to. Hopefully I do get to most of them, but we'll definitely try and get to as many as possible. So anyway, he brings in his Charizard, hits us with a Dragon Claw. That will easily knock out my Charizard. I bring in Dragonair, charging up a bunch of energy, I guess. Maybe not a bunch, but we do go ahead and take this Dragon Claw. I decided to let that go through just because I was curious how much it would do. Like, I knew I would live it, but I didn't know how much it would do. That was a bad play on my end. I don't know why I switched into that. I was just thinking Ice type. I wasn't really thinking I was weak to Ghost. I know that I am. I just wasn't thinking of it, but I saw no way out of this game anyway. I was pretty sure that I was going to lose, so I'm just going to let my Frostlass go down. Well, I have no say about it anyway, because I mean, I had like 2 Pokemon with me like that were weak to Charizard, right? So there's really nothing I could do, in my opinion. So I just like basically gave that game, but there was no way I could do it. I could pull that one off. So good games. For the next one, we lead with Venomoth against his Quagsire, and not good for us because I know he has a Stone Edge, so I switch into my Kingdra, and I don't want my Kingdra to take a Stone Edge either, but I do allow it to go through. It does do a lot of damage. You know, I knew I'd live it, but it still does a lot of damage. So he does get off another one. This one I decide to block because I'm like, okay, so I am going to be able to get off an Outrage, and either he's going to let Quagsire go down, or he's going to use a shield, and then we'll be at even shield. He does let Quagsire go down, so we do keep that switch advantage. However, he does have a shield up on me. He brings in Haunter to feint me, but not before we do a lot of damage. I bring in Venomoth, so I'll definitely take it. I knew this couldn't have been a Shadow Ball because it didn't feel like he charged up enough, so I was expecting it to be Shadow Punch. That's why I didn't shield it. He switches out, and I'm going to go ahead and go for that Silver Wind into Charizard. He does decide to shield it. I got to get out into my Dragonair. Can't stay there. I do decide to shield this Dragon Claw because I don't want to take a Dragon Claw to the face. Dragonair can take it, but we still don't want to. So we actually have to take it because he gets to it. But so either way, I had to shield one, right? So I decided to shield the first one, and we do get to the Aqua Tail, and I was trying to feint him. I was so worried. That was really risky because I was pretty sure he would be able to get to his Dragon Claw, but he still had a shield. That's why I decided not to go for charge moves, and I was like, the only way I was going to win that one is if I feint down his Pokemon with Dragon Breath, and we were actually able to do it. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to win that one, but we did manage to pull it off, so good game. For the next one, he leads with Lapras, I lead with Kingdra. Now, the advantage Kingdra has over Dragonair is that it's also part water, right? So it's not weak to ice, it's neutral to it. So we could take these ice shards better than Dragonair or Shellgun can because we're not weak to it, we're neutral to it. So he hits me with Skull Bash, and that's going to raise his defense and absolutely knock me out. So nice play on his end. I was thinking it would be a bluff. I do decide to go for the Aqua Tail. I don't know why. I should have went for a return. What I was thinking was, well, he would probably want to shield that up because he already raised his defense, so he wants to like keep his Lapras healthy. So I was kind of expecting the shield, but if I went for the return, that would have knocked him out. Yeah, so I should have, but that's okay. Anyway, he brings in his Abomasnow. I switched to Charizard. He switches to Venomoth. Fantastic matchup for me. He has Abomasnow as well as Venomoth in these battles, and we have Charizard. So way to go. Looking really good for us. He does get off his charge move. I want to keep my Charizard healthy. I want to be able to knock out this Venomoth, and then I want to be able to knock out the Abomasnow, because Abomasnow is double weak to Charizard. So we do go ahead and knock him out with Dragon Claw. He brings in the Abomasnow, and we're actually able to just feint it down with fire spins because that's how weak Abomasnow is to Charizard. So we do go ahead and take that one. So we're going to jump into the final game of this video. I lead with Kingdra, he leads with his Quagsire, so let's see what happens. Just going to town with Dragon Breath, doing a lot of damage. I know he's going to be able to get to his Stone Edge, of course. I do decide to use the shield on this one to protect my Kingdra, and we are successfully able to get to that Outrage. The reason I didn't buy a second move on my Kingdra is because this isn't a good PvP IV one, so I do want to get a better one before investing in this, right? But either way, I let this attack go through. It is going to be a Stone Edge. That's going to do a lot of damage. He's going to definitely win this matchup, although it is really close. We could have won this matchup if we shielded, but you know, I decided not to. I do go ahead and shield this because I knew I could feint his Quagsire down with my Dragon Breath attack, as we do. So we are out of shields, so we have to be careful. Let's see what comes in. It is Haunter, so I switch into my Charizard, and which isn't a really good switch. I mean, we're going to be taking a Shadow Ball to the face, so that's going to one-shot Charizard. That's crazy. So I charge up energy, and then I go for the Aqua Tail, trying to knock out this Haunter. That Haunter, like, if Haunter catches you off guard, like, if they bring in a Haunter, basically, when you have no shields, it's going to be very difficult to win. You need shields, but either way, he gets off his Dragon Claw. He is going to be able to pick up this game. So very good game. Overall, very good games. Great battles, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.